Everybody, back again for another lesson here. Today we're going to learn Down to One by Bryan. Super simple song, just 4 chords basically on a loop. And actually in this one, if you get real good with this chord progression and get used to playing this chord progression, sometimes it might be in a little bit of different order, but actually this song right here is probably the most common order that this chord progression is usually used in. When you learn this song, just by moving the capo around and different tunings and things like that, you're going to learn. There's literally thousands of songs that use this chord progression. So this, if you're a new guitar player, this is a great starting point. It's a great thing to learn because it just adds so many songs that you can learn from this. So just from the same chord structure, just by moving up and down the fretboard with your capo, basically changing the key of the song, essentially. All right, let's jump into this one. Bryan, Down to One. So, guys and girls, I keep saying guys. I just mean whoever's watching. So there we go. All right, we're gonna start out. If you're in standard tuning on your guitar, you are going to capo on fret 1. If you are in standard tuning, you're going to capo fret 1. I just want to reiterate that. I keep this guitar tuned down a half step all the time because there's so many songs that I do play that are tuned down half step just naturally on the record. So I keep it tuned down half a step. So with that being said, for me, I'm going to capo 2 because that's going to get me up to the standard key of the song that's on the record. Standard tuning, capo 1. I'm a half step down, I'm going to capo 2. If you capo 1, you're going to get the same notes as what I'm getting here if you're in standard tuning, just to clarify. Alright, and you're going to start out on this one in the G. You're going to start out on the G chord. And the G chord, you can look up tutorials on different chords and look up chord charts, but this is how I play this one. On the top half of the guitar, on fret 3, on the E and the B string on the bottom half. On the top, I'm only going to fret the low E here on 3. And I'm going to bump up against this A string. So that mutes it, which is this string right here, the second one from the bottom of the guitar here. I'm just going to bump up against it. So the reason I do that is because now I can hit all the strings at the same time and we're not going to have any problems with wrong notes ringing out and things of that nature. So you're going to start out on the G to the D. That's what your D note looks like. Again, you can look up chord charts on that, but here is the placement of your fingers on that one. This one's on the high E. This one's on the B string here. And then on the G string, you're going to be on the second from the capo here. So that's the D. Then E minor. That is just one finger here on the A string, one finger here on the D, leaving that top low E open. You need to strum the whole thing. You got the whole thing. So. And then, out of this formation, I usually do a C add 9, which is this type of formation. And this is typically what Bryan will use. He does use the C add 9 quite often. It's just another variation of a C chord, really. You can play a standard C chord, or you can play that C add 9. It's going to give you the same effect if you're singing and playing. If you're playing along with the record, it's still going to work for you. The main part of it is the C that you're getting there. So, at least the C shape. Technically, at this capo position, it's not a C note anymore. But again, not something that you need to get into right now if you're a beginner. So, basically what this song is them 4 chords on a loop. So I'm going to go into it here. I'm going to give you a little example, maybe a verse and a chorus, just how it sounds and how to play along with it. And again, guys, don't worry too much about the strum pattern if you're first learning. Don't think of it as a mechanical thing. Think of it more of a rhythmic thing, almost like you're playing drums on a hi-hat, you know, keeping the tempo with your right hand. So that's what we're going to do here. My lips curling, kissing on them. We were sitting in the light of the moon, watching it shine on you. Funny how time flies with a good girl on a good night. We were down to 1 a.m. listening to one more song, thinking I want more than just one night out here with you alone. Down to that last Bud Light in the back of that two-tone hat. My heart was telling me that one more kiss and I'd be done. Down to one hand in mine, down to one beautiful smile. I was done with the girl I want, straight falling in love right there that night. Down to one, down to one. That is it, guys. I mean, you can listen to the record, find out what chords go where and what parts of the song go where. But that's the first verse and the chorus, and basically the rest of the song is just on a loop with the music. So the main thing is learning the lyrics and singing along with it. Once you get up to a point where you can do that. Till then, you can play along with the record. Learn the thing best you can and start building up your skills and building up your portfolio into more songs with that chord structure right there. That chord structure is used a lot. Basically just practicing that chord progression, like we said in the beginning there. There's several more songs that you can learn off of that. Just off the top of my head, you got Whiskey Glasses, Cruise. Obviously this one, Down to One, Luke Bryan. These are just right off the top of my head, just the first songs I think of, but there's several songs that use this chord progression. So if you guys got any questions, throw them down in the comments. I'll do my best to elaborate or help you with anything that you didn't quite understand there. And once again, guys, the most important thing with guitar playing is get your guitar tuned. Keep it in tune, because no matter what you're playing, you could be the greatest guitar player in the world. If you're playing on a guitar that's out of tune, it's not going to sound good. So make sure when you pick it up every time, just make sure you're in tune, and then you go from there. Just do the best you can to start plugging away at some songs, and that's what really keeps you motivated to keep going, is learning these songs. So I'm not going to teach you a lot of like theory and stuff like that. I just don't find it to be really that important to somebody, especially if they're just going to be a novice guitar player. I mean, if you're going to step up your game beyond that, then you may want to seek some formal lessons or something of that nature to learn a lot of the kind of odds and ends of things in terms of theory and reading music and stuff like that. It is not necessary to do. You can learn to play by ear. And if all you want to do is just play a few songs for your friends around the bonfire, or just learn a couple new things, you know, just as a secondary hobby, just learning basic chords will get you pretty much anywhere you want to be. So, all right, guys, hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'm going to keep doing these, and we're going to keep coming with more of them. If there's certain songs you want lessons on, put them down in the comments, and we'll do what we can. We'll get to as many of them as we can, and we'll just keep it going, man. More importantly, just do not quit. Keep playing. Even if you get frustrated, just keep playing. All right, guys, I'll catch you down the road.